Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dakota, and today I'm going to be going over a good amount of stuff. I'm going to be going over a lot of stuff, basically revolving around digital marketing, and really transitioning from a traditional marketing approach over to a digital approach. So I'm just going to really quickly, and this is meant to be a fast-paced, like essentials crash course kind of a thing. This isn't going to be as in depth as I could go with it. But these are the points and the things that I think are important and necessary for you to understand in order to at least start being successful online. And I'm also going to be providing resources and stuff like that for you to dive into deeper and more segmented topics, so that whatever I mention, you may want to go dive deeper into some specifics that I maybe don't go over. So I'm going to be providing a lot of resources and other stuff like that um, throughout the course, and however you are. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of micro content out of this. I'm going to be segmenting a lot of this up and just pushing it out onto like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But somehow I will make sure that you have access to resources that are aligned with the stuff that I'm talking about throughout the course. So um, first thing that I want to go over is goals. So before you start going digital or you go online with your marketing approach, first thing you need to understand is your business goals and what you're trying to do online. Before you build a website, before you start pushing out Facebook ads, before you start doing SEO, any of that stuff, you need to know, okay, what are my objectives? What am I trying to accomplish as a business? What are my offers? What are my what's essential to know about my business and my goals for the business? So after you understand your goals, you're going to be able to go and, depending on your business model and how much information you have on your customers, you'll want to use the information either that you have or do some research into who your target market is if you don't have that information already, and develop what is called a customer avatar or customer persona. And what the customer persona is kind of just a breakdown of who your ideal client is, their pains, their goals, their information resources, the people that they're influenced by or trust or look to for information around a specific topic or a specific industry or anything like that. You also want to think about the family life of the individual that you are not targeting, but we will eventually be targeting your customer avatar online with a bunch of different stuff, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, that's the reason I say targeting, is just because a lot of this is so that we can really craft our message and align the targeting methods that we'll be using with social and search platforms to make sure that we're finding where these people are at, and making sure that your content and your information is there for them to consume and yeah, really just consume and get educated with. So yeah, avatar. I think there's a bunch of stuff. Actually, let's go to HubSpot. So when you create an avatar, I'm just going to go through this really quick. This might be, yeah, I think this is going to be solid. So I will provide a link to this, but you want to go to HubSpot and go to build my persona. And if you already have information on the persona, awesome. You can use that. I'm going to just pretend I'm making a new one. So his name is Dave. He's going to be this guy. And you can skip this mode if you want to and just go directly to like the whole form fill. I like this better. So job title, CEO, age, 35 to, no, actually we'll say 28, 45-ish, let's say 15. College. What social networks they use. So we're going to say he uses Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter maybe. Probably not going to be on interest. And Instagram too much. Industry, tech, self-employed, We're going to say he has a company of 30. Preferred method of communication, email. Tools they need. Wow. That's something you're going to have to do a deep dive on. Yeah, if he's the CEO, you're going to want to dive into all the stuff that he uses to run the business, job responsibilities. What is he responsible for? Managing revenue, operations, managing internal. No. Yeah, I'm trying to make this generic, but yeah. So you want to go into job responsibilities, who they report to. If they don't report to anyone, just leave that blank. Goals or objectives. They gain information from or by. Biggest challenges, and that can be personal or career-wise, depending on how you're approaching what you're marketing, and then what your approach is. And then you can go through and add your different sections here if you have, if you have other parameters or data points that you want to include when creating your avatar. And then after this, I actually like to go through and visualize someone that I think would look like whoever it is that I'm trying to sell to. So CEO of tech. Let's go images. And maybe him. Let's just say this guy. So as I'm creating everything online, as I'm creating my marketing material and my assets and all that fun stuff, I'm literally going to have a picture of this guy on my wall, pretending like I'm speaking to him directly, because the tone and the language that you use and all that fun stuff throughout your content and your ads and all that is going to impact the decision that he makes. So you got to remember, again, who you're talking to, how they communicate, if they're fast-paced, if they're just lax, like how to market to these different, like there's a lot of stuff to consider when you're doing this. But yeah, so I would highly suggest making sure that you go and fill this out, and you may have multiple personas, and if that's the case, go and fill out multiple personas and have different pictures for each of your personas, and then eventually we're going to get to the point where we use that to create content, to create our website, to understand what we need to have on our website as far as functions and integrations and stuff like that. And yeah, a lot of other stuff. So after that, you're going to want to get into and have ready your baseline metrics and your KPIs that you use to manage your business and just oversee it and make sure you're doing everything that you can to expand and grow. So what you're bringing in a month, what the most important metrics are to be hitting for your business, or is it sales, is it leads, is it like customer lifetime value, what are the things, I guess that's not really a metric that you would use as a baseline, but yeah, just whatever it is that you use to determine how good your business is doing is what you need to have in mind and ready. You also need to understand your budget, what you're going to be able to throw at digital marketing. Also, you need to take into account, if you are doing any traditional marketing, how much you can kind of take from there and siphon it into digital, because I think digital is going to be super vital. If you're not getting into that and you're staying traditional, you're going to, like, I don't want to sound, I'm just going to be straightforward. I think that your business is going to die if you're not going digital, because you have zero way of tracking or anything like that if you're not on digital platforms, and also there's no way to, again, track performance or gather data. So yeah, and then how much time and energy you can devote to, I guess, putting into digital marketing stuff. So in the thing about digital is everything is upfront, just like starting a business, everything is front-loaded work. Everything is upfront, but once you gain momentum, you gain traction, all that fun stuff, it starts to get easier. You start to gain the process, or gain insights into the process, how it works, how to make it more efficient, all that fun stuff, and stuff starts to roll, and starts to take off. So the more time and energy that you can put into it up front, the better, and the faster it's going to take off, and the faster you're going to see results from online. So customer journey understanding. Let's walk through this just really quick. So there it is. So this is a little bit more complex than you need to get up front, but I'm just going to really quickly break this down for you. So when you're doing anything online, it needs to really represent what happens offline. So selling and marketing online should be very, very similar to the way that you develop relationships and sell offline and in person. A lot of people take the approach of like, hey, here's my ad, buy my stuff, waving this like white flag in front of people, and just almost like it gets to the point where it's just annoying. It's you become a nuisance rather than a potential partner or a potential a partner or someone that I want to do business with. That's really what it comes down to, is like, do I want to have a relationship with you at all? Like, are you gonna the first impression is super important, and the way that you approach people at first should not be, hey, buy my stuff. It should be, hey, how can I add value? How can I help you? What is it that you need help with? How can I be of service to you? And really doing everything that you can up front to establish rapport, trust, and develop a relationship with the person that would ideally be a customer. Excuse me. So yeah, the customer journey. So the first point is going to be the awareness stage, and that's where someone becomes, literally, they become aware of your business and what you do. They may not even be aware of what you do as a business, but they become aware that you exist, basically. And that can, there's a lot of different touch points that would be the awareness stage. So it could be a Google search and someone sees you online for the first time. It could be you pushing out a social media post and someone sharing that and organically reaching you. It could be a YouTube video. It could be a blog post that comes up on Medium or some other news feed or information source. There's a lot of different ways. So anyways, the first one is aware, and someone becoming aware of your business and what you do. The second one that you're after, that basically segments people into the engage stage, is, have they interacted with your content? So if someone's interacted with your content at all online, whether that's a like or a comment or a share, whatever it is, this is the engage stage, and that's the start of that's starting to warm up the people. Someone is starting to warm up to you and your content when they start to get engaged with it. So yeah, and the next stage is subscribed, and that's where someone decides that, okay, I've seen enough of your content and I've liked it enough that I want to see it consistently on a regular basis. And they join your email list, or they follow you on Instagram, they follow you on Twitter, they follow you on TikTok, whatever it is that whatever platform it is that you're using to push out the content and stuff like that on. That's the subscribe stage. So basically someone saying, hey, I want to see your content on a consistent basis. That's that stage. Converted, this is where someone decides, okay, I've trusted these, I've seen these guys enough. I know that they're someone I want to do business with, or someone that I like. They've informed me, they've educated me enough, blah blah blah. I'm ready to take on my wallet and give them money for whatever it is that they're talking about, or whatever service or item that they provide in their business. And really after that, I don't want to get too deep into it, but basically it's just increasing the profitability of customers. So the ascension stage, the application stage, the promotion stage, and then where's the ascension? Last one is the ascension stage, where people are, or not the ascension, I'm being dumb, promoter. Give me a second. must have reverted this to a previous version or something like that. But anyways, the point is, there's 7 different psychological steps that people go through, and those can be represented online digitally, and you can track that as well. So now that we've gone over the different stages, we're going to get into traffic types. So the main traffic types are paid, earned, and then owned. Whoops. So first one is paid, and when you're first starting out, this is really what you're going to need to rely on the most for driving traffic and really testing your different, I guess, quote-unquote funnels. And so, yeah, because you don't have a built-up audience or you don't have a ton of people following you already, you need to get a good amount of volume to your website and to these different assets that you're going to be creating to really test what is and is not worth working, and what's worth pursuing more, and what's worth what you need to drop. And I'll get more into that later, but really it comes down to tracking what is and is not working, and then doing more of what works and less of what doesn't. That's really what it comes down to. So, and then as you're pushing out paid advertising and you're doing paid promotions and paid content marketing, you're naturally going to start to earn to get earned traffic. And what I mean by that is you're going to see compounding benefits from the paid stuff, like people are going to like your stuff, share it, blah blah blah, and the paid stuff is going to naturally end up in, if you do it right, it's going to end up in social shares, it's going to end up with more people following you, it's going to end up with more people subscribing to your newsletter, or whatever it is that you have as a lead magnet or to get people's emails. So yeah, earned is like a compound effect of this, and then also partly doing organic and SEO stuff. So search engine optimization, for those of you who don't know, is basically going through and optimizing your site content and your site pages to rank higher on Google. And I'm not going to get into that right now. It's going to be in I'm probably going to dive into it in the website part of things. But yeah, so it's going through and doing technical SEO, local SEO, on-page and off-page SEO. And then there's that in content marketing that you can do as well to go and start generating traffic for your website and for whatever it is that you're selling. Next one is owned traffic. The owned traffic is the best kind of traffic you can have because you don't need to pay to communicate or to advertise to the owned traffic, and you can do pretty much whatever you want. The only thing that you have to take into account is where's the peak at for communication and advertising to your audience, and you really have to understand who your audience is and who it is that you're talking to and advertising to. And there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with email lists and segmentation and automation, and really making sure that the people that are showing interest are getting more of your stuff, and the people that aren't are kind of getting broken off and bucketed into different segments of your email list, and they're getting more like generic updates and stuff like that on your content, and you're not really as heavily I guess pushing information at them. But the people that are, you want to push more information at them if they're consuming it, if they're getting value out of it, and they're giving you good feedback. So yeah, those are the 3 traffic sources or traffic types. And so search versus social. Really the biggest difference is capturing and generating demand. So with search, anyone that comes to your website through a search query on Google or Bing or any other search engine, the person already is like they know they're in a deeper stage than someone that is not looking for the services or information revolving around the stuff that you sell. And what I mean by that is, if I just target someone on Facebook and they just see a random ad, maybe about oil changes or teeth cleaning or something like that, they're less likely to take advantage of my offer that I'm pushing out than someone that's looking up information about teeth cleaning or dentists or anything like that. Someone that's looking for a specific solution and looking for ways to solve their problem. So you need to use social and search to be successful. And the first thing that you need to do when deciding on whether to I guess not to show up, but I guess which to prioritize. There's an awesome guy that I love listening to. His name is Chris Walker, and he's the CEO and founder of Refine Labs. And he says the first thing you need to do is fix the bottom of the funnel. So what he means by that is going through and making sure that anyone that is searching for information or content or services or anything that you provide as a business owner that you aren't showing up for, you need to go and create content, service pages, and all that fun stuff for the people that are searching for you. Because if you're not being found for the stuff that you are providing as a business owner, you're losing out on a ton of business because they're solution aware, they're looking for something to solve their problem, and you're not showing up. So if you're not showing up when people are looking for services or products that are related to or exactly what you provide, you're again just losing. You're losing out to your competitors, whether that be on a local or a national or both. So basically you need to go and capture the bottom, make sure that anyone that is showing interest or searching for stuff like yours, you're being found. Whether that's using Google Ads to show up if you're not doing SEO at first. And SEO again is the organic stuff. PPC is showing up top, but it says ad next to it, and you can still drive traffic and do it faster that way than it would be going the SEO route. But so the first thing again is just making sure that you're capturing the traffic at the bottom of the funnel that are looking for the stuff or that are looking for the services and products that your business provides. Make sure that's happening, and you're doing all that you can to convert that traffic. So get into utilizing both effectively. Creating content from top, middle, and bottom of the funnel, from awareness to consideration to decision. You want to create the content and push out Facebook ads and stuff like that that are targeted to the people that have showed interest. And so one of the cool things, and I don't want to get too into this right now because I'm going to get heavy into this in like the Facebook tips and tricks, but one of the cool things you can do with Facebook ads is identify the people that have visited specific pages on your website and then use that to retarget to them specific offers or specific advertisements. So for instance, if I know someone came to my website and looked at a page, let's just go to my home page. Actually, we'll go to the menu. So say someone went to my services page and I knew that they were just checking out my services, and then maybe they checked out SEO. So I have something up here called the Facebook pixel, and it tells me, it basically tells Facebook, hey, the person on this website is this person on Facebook. If I choose to, I can tell Facebook to retarget ads to that person that's on their platform and show a content piece or show an offer about SEO to the people that have shown interest in this based off of coming to this page. And you can also do some crazy stuff like retargeting based off of how much of a video someone has watched and a ton of other stuff. So again, I'm not going to get into that right now, but you want to sequence out your content and your offers on social channels in a way that is consistent with the omni-channel approach that you would take to digital marketing. And if you don't know what omni-channel digital marketing is, just go look at the term, and it's basically just using the different inputs and the new data to go and inform the way that you're marketing to pretty much everyone in your CRM or your website visitors. So psychological sales process. So you kind of already went into this, but I guess and this kind of ties into the customer journey. The first thing we need to do though is obviously build trust with people, and this kind of ties back into like not going and just pushing ads into people's faces and just trying to just hey, buy my shit, buy my stuff. And yeah, you need to build trust, you need to build rapport, add value, create content that informs and creates new beliefs in the people, and really gets them to, and this is more getting into like a, you don't have to include this in your content obviously, but if you can get people to generate a new belief or get hyped up about something and take action and actually change their lives based off of just building momentum, that's something that there's someone named Alex Hormozy, and he helps gym owners generate tons of new members by just doing like challenges and stuff like that, and getting people, again, just valuing their health and their fitness and just getting back into shape. And they do these challenges and they just flood people into their gyms with these things. So yeah, if you're on a B2C, it's easier to do that. If it's on a B2B, it's a little bit harder to do. People are a little bit more, or a little less gung-ho and just like, hey, I'm going to do this right now, like impulse. But again, yeah, if you have B2C stuff that you're doing, it's a lot easier to get people to hop onto like challenges or discounts or just really cool offers. And yeah, basically you can hype stuff up and get them to jump on board with it. You can do some pretty cool stuff with that. So micro exchanges. What I mean by this is, again, going back to what we were talking about with the customer journey. So for instance, maybe I create, and this is some of what I'm recording right now is going to be free content, but some of it's going to be packaged up into paid content, but gated content, which I'm going to ask for an email in exchange for a whole course, or maybe just one of these. So I'm going to create a basically digital marketing crash course, and all of the stuff that I'm talking about within all these different videos and segments is going to be packaged up and bundled into a solution that I hand to people that they can say, hey, here's all the information you need to go start, and they can go start by themselves. And if they have any questions or if they want it done for them, they can come back to me and I can either coach them or I can, again, do it for them. So yeah, that's the whole purpose of creating this content, is first of all adding value up front, but then also identifying the people that would like help and who would like to have this outsourced, and then just building trust with those people and hopefully letting them come to me when it comes time to outsourcing that stuff. So yeah, educational selling close. So most of the time in B2C, it's not too hard to, I guess it's a low ticket B2C, it's not hard to close, but any B2B or high B2C stuff, you need to educate and understand, I guess, the mindset of the person that you're dealing with or you're trying to sell, because again, the people that are higher up make more logical decisions, and if you're trying to just close them on the spot without like being logical about it, or at least being able to back up your approach with the reason and aligning your solution and stuff with their goals and their pains and their needs, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get people to hop on board with whatever it is that you're offering. So yeah, you really want to educate up to the point where you're giving them contextual information and you're helping them. In my case, I would be helping create a free strategy, and then giving that to them for free, and letting them do with it what they want, and then again come to me if they want help with fulfilling that and doing it, or not having to do it themselves. So importance of content in the digital world. So content, just like with sorry, my face is super bright in this video. So content is literally the lifeblood of everything that you do online. If you don't have content to use online, it's going to be hard for you to succeed. Sorry, I'm trying to make this. Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to succeed because there's no information or anything out there that helps develop a relationship between you and the customer. Content is literally the glue that's gonna help get people to the point where they're sales ready. And if you don't have the content out there to get them informed, educated, in basically building up rapport with your company, your brand, or yourself, or whoever it is that is creating the content, yeah, you're not gonna develop the relationships necessary for you to be successful. It's just gonna be very difficult. People buy the brand. People don't buy. If people are cheapskates, they'll go and just like compare toothpaste to toothpaste or deodorant to deodorant and say, hey, what's the cheapest? But at least this is me. I don't want those people that are just going to just compare what's the cheapest. I want people that are going to aim for the highest value, highest bang for their buck, and the people that really want to go all out with this stuff. So in order to capture the quality people and the quality traffic and the quality clients, you need to have content and be developing relationships with your content and adding value to their lives. So no content equals no success. Gather data. So there's going to be a lot more that I get into as I go and create more videos. But the last thing that you need to have before you go into the digital marketing is getting all the data that you can about your current customers and then your current products and services. So CSV files with any customer emails, customer information, anything that you can use. Basically put that into a folder and don't lose it. Make sure you have that ready to go through and start doing this other stuff. Highest value customers, if you can identify the people that have bought the most from you in the past, or accounts that have bought the most from you in the past, you have emails associated with those accounts. What you can do is plug this information into different platforms and say, hey Facebook, hey Google, hey other channels, find people like this that are basically what we're going to call lookalike audiences, and we'll get into that in the Facebook ads portion of this. But lookalike audiences help Facebook identify, out of their 50,000 some data points that they have on their user base, they go through and they identify the different data points on the people that you have that are most common, and then finding other people that fit that criteria on their platform, and then you can use that to say, hey Facebook, target ads to these people, because I want more of these kinds of people in my client base. I want more of these kinds of customers. So yeah, you can also do some cool stuff like anyone that has reached a specific URL. This is in Google Analytics that you can do this. Anyone that's reached a specific URL, you can go through and say, hey, target people that are retarget the people that have reached these specific URLs, because I know that they are high value, whether that's someone buying a mastermind of yours, a thank you page that is indicative of someone purchasing a high ticket item or something like that. You can go through and find all the traffic and retarget that traffic. So yeah. And then most profitable items or most profitable services, obviously we're going to want to focus on pushing out and generating more clients or customers with that most profitable service. So you're going to want to align your avatars and your most profitable or highest margin items and services together to find out the highest value approach to your digital marketing, at least initially. And then as you gather feedback and as you gather data on your avatars, what content is working, what channels are working, just overall just gathering feedback on what is and is not working, you'll start to figure out what you should put your time and energy and effort into to get the highest value out of your inputs. So last thing I'm going to go over is setting up, I think I'm going to leave that out, but using data and setting up all of the different data streams to make sure that you're validating the data and you're validating the conversions and the information that you're getting from Google and all these other websites like Facebook or other social channels. You want to make sure that you're looking at all these dashboards to make sure that there's nothing that is off about basically the information that you're gathering. So for instance, I can go to Insights, and then this is just generic stuff, but I can go to Analytics. And then what I would do is, that's interesting. That's because I'm looking into the wrong one. So okay, so I can go to Acquisition Overview, and traffic. So I can go right here and see what traffic source is bringing in the most traffic, average engagement time. So people that come in organically are staying a lot longer on my pages. People that come from Business Manager are also staying a lot longer. This is interesting to see, actually. So yeah, people that come from Facebook and then people that come from organic are the people that are the most interested, because they're spending the most time on my site, and then they're also going to the most pages. And events are button clicks or anything like that, and so people that are interacting with my website right here are obviously going through and getting deeper into my website than anyone else. So yeah, and then lining that up with the different results that I have right here, which I would want to go through and push out more ads and stuff like that to go and show attribution, and verify the data. But again, I don't have too much information on this stuff right now. So yeah, doing that with any other platforms that you're advertising on as well is vital. And yeah, just making sure you have good data and it's all in place is what I'm getting at. So setting up Google Analytics, setting up, and we'll get into this in other portions of the course, but setting up Google Analytics, setting up your Facebook pixel, setting up this stuff on your website so you can track it is going to be, and then labeling each URL is huge as well. So yeah, make sure you set up your, another last thing is G-Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager is pretty cool. You can go through and basically link any data source, so like a Facebook pixel, a Quora pixel, a LinkedIn tag, anything that you want to, you can go through and add to. We're just going to go and create an account. We're just going to put boom, United States, share data anonymously. Actually, no. Let's use this for now. So tags, new. Yeah, and then if you have custom HTML, that is post ads, more tools, events. I'm just showing you what some custom HTML would look like, and if I can't find it right here, I'll just show you what it looks like on my website on the back end. So, manage integrations, close. Yeah, I'm just going to show you what it looks like on my my website. All right. So this might be something new to you too, but if I go to any website, and you have to be on desktop or a laptop for this, you can't do it on your phone. But if I just click View Page Source, so I right click, and then View Page Source, and then I'm going to press Control Find, and then I'm going to find PIXEL. So pixel, pixel, pixel. I'll look for Facebook pixel. There it is. So this is the custom HTML that you would plug into right here into your custom HTML. So again, I'd grab this, and when you set up your Facebook Business Manager, you'll get an opportunity to create your HTML and plug it in. So custom HTML. Okay. Triggering all pages. And then, yeah, I can add some custom stuff to it, which I'm not going to get into right now. But yeah, so pretty much this is going to trigger on all of my website pages now, and it's going to track the different hits. So yeah, anything that Facebook is tracking now is going to come in through here. Is basically what I'm getting at. Facebook page view tag. Save. So now I would go and do that with all the different sources of data, and then what will happen is you'll be able to go through, activity history, that's not what I'm looking for. You can go through and basically look at analytics and then use all the different tags and stuff to verify the information that's coming in from each source. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, coolio. Well, that is, I think I'm gonna stop right there and then start a new segment in a second, going into the other stuff. So yeah, and this is like kind of draft one of this content and all the stuff that I'm doing. So I would love any feedback from you guys as I'm creating this stuff and as I'm pushing this out. Anything that maybe you think I could be presenting stuff better, like I don't know if maybe going to the budget and presenting how I would think through this stuff may help you more. But the idea again for at least this one is to get out just quick information that's essential for you to know and start on your digital marketing. So hopefully this helps, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.